Hey everyone, welcome to Real Estate Tips and Tricks with Sam Staskal and me, Angela Fazio. Our guest today is Hayley Pierce. She's from Arizona, and today she's going to be talking about a great topic that I know a lot of you will appreciate, and it has to do with the use of Canva and making really great aesthetic pieces in Canva. And I'm assuming for social media, right?
Yeah.
What else are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Make a birthday card, right?
Maybe.
So, good, yeah.
I like that.
So Hayley, thank you so much for being our guest today. Go ahead and tell us a bit about yourself and get us started with your topic.
Okay, yeah. I'm Hayley. I'm a real estate agent. I've been a realtor for a little over a year now, and I primarily do social media marketing for my business. And I recently really got into Canva. So I've been trying to learn all the tricks to make it super pretty. I've been teaching some other people, like some of the girls on our team. I've even taught a class before. I feel like I could always be learning, but yeah, I don't know how deep I'm supposed to go with who I am, because I'm terrible at that. But
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're a superstar. You're in Arizona. That's what people should know.
Yes, I am in Arizona.
And a member of an amazing group of women that work together.
Yeah.
So get us started with tell us how, just start with your tips.
Okay, sure. So we're talking about creating aesthetic content. I wrote some stuff down so I don't totally get tongue-tied, but I'm getting tongue-tied, so it's cool.
It's okay.
You're fine.
Creating aesthetic content in Canva to fit your brand. So my first tip is actually figuring out what your brand is. I struggle with this. I still struggle with this because I'm so indecisive and I change my mind every day. Because I'm like, oh, I like that color now, or I like this aesthetic better. But I mean, it's always evolving. It's not, nothing's going to be stagnant. Otherwise, it gets boring. So some ways that you could kind of figure out your brand, I've done this exercise before and I've seen other people do it, is asking your friends and family or making a post on Facebook or Instagram and saying, what are 3 things you think of when you think of me? And it's kind of funny because I thought maybe it'd be all over the place. Yeah. So, but it really people were saying the same things, and I even had it hidden. So on Instagram stories, you could do the question box, so only I could see the answers, and it was notorious. So people, when they thought of me, they thought of wine. Warm tone.
Well done, Hayley Pierce. Well done.
Thank you. I don't hide my love for wine, that's for sure. And then there were some other fun things in there. When they think of me, they think of my husky, my dog. Warm tones, more warm tones. So I was like, oh, that's cool. I can kind of go off that for brand colors. And then a few other ones were Harry Potter, because I love Harry Potter. I guess that was known to most people. And then travel, because I was a military brat. Both my parents were Air Force. So I've kind of lived and been all over the world, which is cool. So yeah, I kind of dialed that in. And then from there, those are my topic points. So then when I'm creating my stuff in Canva, I can kind of go off of that, things that I like, things that, I can share about on top of real estate. And then my color scheme is forever changing, and I'm really bad about that. But so yeah, I got those warm tones, pretty much whatever I'm liking. It changes by the season. But once you figure out those things.
Yeah, I'm thinking about putting that out there. How brave are you? Hey, when you think of me, what do you think of?
I don't want to know.
No, it's fun.
I'm afraid of the answer.
No, it's cool. I'm just 3 things. Just you can even get a more specific. When you think of me, what colors do you think of? What do you associate with me? I think it's fun because I was kind of shocked how many answers were similar. I was like, oh, okay, so there is a way for this to work. And then that way, if people, because it's hard to think of, I don't know, yourself in that way. You're oh, what am I? What do I like?
Yeah.
I don't even know. So it's a cool way to kind of figure out your brand and what you represent. So,
and that's one thing I like about Canva too, because I was a graphic designer for 20 years. That's my background.
Yeah.
But so generally I design in my own graphic software, but I've started using Canva more and more for building stuff for other agents to use. But one thing I love about Canva is that you can set up your brand kit, which is your colors, your fonts, everything. So that way it's right there at your fingertips. When you do go to design a piece, you have it all there for your brand, which is nice.
That is super nice. Yeah, because I think that's only included with Pro, which Pro is super affordable, but for like the newbies, you know, you could always like change or like write down the color. It's like a SKU number, put it in your notes, like if you don't have the Pro yet, and then you can literally like find that color every time you're creating something. But I do like that too, because then it's easy to access. Like I'm not trying to like change my blues and my pinks. They don't make sense. That way, like your feed, your Instagram feed, your Facebook feed, everything looks cohesive. Yeah, I love that part too.
That, you know, like you change your stuff. I mean, as long as you do like, you know, 6 posts and they're all cohesive and they're all the same color before you change to
exactly
just for another 6 weeks or whatever, you know.
Yeah,
you're consistent.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I have like a general color scheme. Like it doesn't veer too far off. Like I'm not adding a lime green in randomly, or, you know, every now and then I'll add like an extra pop of color if I'm just feeling like I want to switch it up a tiny bit, or like it's more fall right now. So like my feed's going to be a little bit more like warm, like fall tones, but it's still like my brand. So I still have like my base brand colors, but like some of the other colors were changed. So yeah.
Awesome. So what's another tip for us?
Play around with different templates. So there are so many different things you can do in Canva. Like you can make Instagram story templates, Instagram posts, Facebook posts. And my biggest tip for that is actually like incorporating your brand into those templates. I have to say one of my biggest pet peeves, because I live in Canva, so I like have seen all these templates, is when I go on Instagram or even on Facebook and I see somebody just downloaded a template and shared it. Like they didn't change the words, they didn't change the font, the color, and even the picture. I saw one where it was a random picture of a girl, and I was like, why not put a picture of yourself in there? Like none of it makes sense. So like, you know, you could totally just go in there and like recreate it yourself and like have so much creative freedom. But it's so great for beginners because like my brain, I can make some things from scratch, but I don't want to have to. So these templates are great. And then I can kind of go off of that. Let's see. Oh, and then another like pro tip with that, they have a QR code now in Canva. It's free. So you can add your QR code to different designs. So if you're going to make flyers, you could put your QR code at the bottom, link it to your website. I know recently our team started adding the QR code to our listing signs. So we make our listing signs in Canva. We make our business cards in Canva. And that's super nice because if somebody's like at the house, you know, if somebody's like, oh, I want to see more of this, they can like scan the QR code and then it goes right to your website. If it's like a prospecting client, or maybe it's another agent that's just looking at your stuff. So yeah.
So I have a question about QR codes. I'm familiar with QR codes, but they've changed a lot over the years because where I used to work, we used them in our catalogs. We used QR codes, but you had to have a certain app in order to scan the QR codes. Can you now just do it with just your camera?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Isn't that so cool?
And then you can even because it used to be that way that you had to do like I think they called it like a tag reader. You had to have.
Yeah. No, not anymore.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. No, it's
I start using those more.
I recently, or a couple months ago, I made these little mailers to send out to people in my neighborhood. And then I put the QR code on the back and I was just like, hey neighbor, like, you know, I live here. And then I just kind of said a little brief description of who I am, what I do. And then on the back, I like had like the QR code and prompted them. So it's like, open your camera, hover over this, opens to my website. And then from there you can, you know, search for homes or find your home's value or whatever that is.
Love it. I'm going to do that.
Super nice. It's so nice. And it's
I thought nobody's going to know how to use this because they don't have the app on their phone. Never mind.
Yes, they do. No, people know how to use it.
No, it's so nice. And it's funny because a lot of people are switching to QR codes. I've seen it at restaurants now since like everything, you know, they're trying to go paperless and less things to touch. So no, it's so nice. Definitely one of my favorite features, which I think they recently added, and it's included, which is the best, because I was going on websites trying to find QR codes and they were like not working, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
My last tip is using Canva for your email marketing. This is newer for me. I've been diving into email marketing, which we use Flowdesk. I don't know if you guys have used that or heard of it.
We use MailChimp. I think we use MailChimp.
MailChimp. Yeah, it's super similar. So like with Flowdesk, they have templates, and then you can, create a really pretty email. But using Canva for your email marketing too, you can incorporate like your brand colors, and make really pretty like additions to it. Like I've done it where I like make a button that is my brand colors, and it's like really pretty, and it has like my picture with it, and then it's like, here, click here if you want your home's value. Sending that out to past clients, future clients, that kind of thing. And then also something I need to work on is doing something for agents. I'd like to do like an email marketing for agents, but same thing. And then you can use your colors and be like, how did I create this? Through Canva.
So it sends through Canva?
No, so you can just create different designs in
Okay.
Canva and then add it to your email marketing.
Gotcha.
Because I don't know how MailChimp works, but Flowdesk, like it has the basic stuff. So you can get the layout, but I can't get super specific with like what I want to add unless I were to be able to make it in Canva and then add it to the email marketing.
Sam,
but it makes it look really pretty.
Hey, Sam, do you get the Moms in Real Estate email?
I don't think I do.
Yeah, you're on the list. Maybe it goes to your spam. That's made in Canva. That's made in Canva and sent out through MailChimp. It's really pretty.
Okay.
See, and that's the same thing. Yeah, you just making your own designs through that. Everything's on brand. Like that's the point. When people see your colors, your content, they want to you want them to think of you. Right. Like it all goes together. Because I've definitely, in the beginning, my stuff was all over the place. My feed was ugly. Nothing made sense. Like if somebody were to see it pop up on their Instagram, they'd be like, who is that at first? This doesn't make sense to that person's brand, but yeah.
Okay. So if I were to summarize, you're saying, first of all, you got to figure out what your brand is. You got to make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
And you suggested did you ask on a story? Is that what you did? You asked on a
yeah, I actually did it 3 ways. I asked my family. I texted a few of my family members and friends, and then I did a story. So you did the question box, like what are 3 things when you think of me? And then I just made a post on Facebook. I did it all in different places, and it was notorious, like the same answers coming up.
That's interesting. So you find out your brand and your colors, etc. Go into Canva and either, if you don't have the pro, make a note of the colors and the fonts and such, or build your brand kits, right? Yeah. And then the use of templates in Canva, but change them because it's silly to just post straight out of Canva.
Yeah.
And then the use of QR codes so that people can take action on some of the things that you're doing.
Yep. Yeah.
Awesome. Great job.
Thank you. I definitely recommend paying for Canva though. It's like $13 a month. It's so worth it. You have access to all templates and all you can have your brand kit. You can add your logos. You can even save fonts that you use regularly into your brand kit. To me, it's worth it for $13 a month. It's a write-off,
It's a Starbucks and a half.
Exactly. Yeah. I just got Starbucks this morning. It was literally half that price. So
yes. Well, thank you so much, Hayley. I know, right? It's a write-off. Thank you very much, Hayley, for sharing your tips, especially for those of us who need to be constantly re-inspired to get in there and do the right stuff. So we really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Sam, thank you as always.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
See you guys.
Bye.